Hi, everybody. I know a lot of you are probably really confused and concerned about the risks that I have chosen to take. And many of you are aware that I was arrested for blocking construction of the Trans-Pecos pipeline and was given a very harsh charge of criminal mischief, which is a felony. I'm not going to say that I am not worried. I am. I mean, it's definitely scary. It's definitely not what I wanted. But I have hope that it will be dismissed because the charge is ridiculous, basically. Criminal mischief is a charge for property damage. I have not damaged any Energy Transfer Partners property. I was simply lying down with my arm in a lockbox attached to another person in between a space in the machinery with a PVC pipe, plastic PVC pipe. Not moving, not doing any damage to the machine. But you know, that's not really what's important here. What's important is that I help you understand why I'm doing this, why we are doing this. We are taking these risks because we have a vision. We have a vision for our nation, a vision for our world, a vision for humanity. It's a vision that is based on consideration of one another. It's based on sustainability. It's based on our love for one another, our love for the environment, our earth, the beautiful skies, our clean water, our love for our own existence, our love for our children. Our love for democracy. I have a vision of a democracy that is true to the ideals that we hold as a nation. The reason I am in this position, the reason I'm doing what I'm doing, is because I have, through much research, through all the news, through all the experiences with the legal processes, I have realized that much of what we believe in, much of what our country is founded upon, is actually hypocrisy. There are many lies. There's a great collusion between industry and government that has no concern for the common American man and woman and child. I came from a poor background. To me, the injustice against the common man is a very long, painful, egregious one. The injustices against the American Indian, Native Americans of our country, the indigenous people of this land, is an even longer, more atrocious one. We as human beings have these urges, these desires that push us to greed, that push us to annihilate one another, that push us to be consumed with material things, with convenience, with comfort. It is so easy for us to deny reality. It's so easy for us to ignore what's important. And I have done these things myself. But what I have seen from our local law enforcement, their aggressive ways, their eagerness to use violent, excessive, abusive measures against us as we are sitting peacefully, we are in a very vulnerable position. We put ourselves in a very vulnerable position. We cannot move when we are locked down. And they pull on us so hard that I felt like my fingers would break. With Benjamin, they immediately went to the most aggressive measure they could. Yeah, sure, commendations for them getting it done, but let's go ahead and cut through a pipe where you might cut off somebody's fingers and spray sparks and burn somebody's skin. Where's the love for common man? Where's the recognition that we are standing up for the rights of this community, for this country? Our rights to make decisions about our future. Our rights to make decisions about now, about our water, our land, whether we want this pipeline or not. In some ways, it doesn't even matter whether the pipeline is dangerous or not dangerous or any of that. That in some ways is very irrelevant. It's, do we have the right to define our own community? If we don't want it, we don't want it. The Native Americans of Standing Rock and their fellow protesters, we've seen them abused. We've seen them marred for life. What kind of a democratic country reacts to peaceful, nonviolent protest with aggressive violence? This hurts me to know that my country does this. And I want it to stop. And I will fight. I will stand in the way. I will fight peacefully. I will be resolute. Because I have a vision of a nation that respects the rights of each person. I have a vision of a nation that protects all water, because that is what we are made of. That is what we must have to survive. That is what our world is made of. I have a vision of a nation that believes truly in equality. A nation that does not put profit before the public good. A nation that does not make decisions based on greed. A country that does not sit back and let corporations and let the government harm people, take away their lands, destroy their lives, damage their bodies, sometimes even allow such toxic conditions that people die. All over our nation, there is pollution that has caused cancer. Yet we continue to side with these corporations and industries and let them do whatever they want. We continue to forego regulation. We continue to sit back while our government rubber stamps. I don't want to see that happen anymore. I care too much, perhaps. A friend told me, Lori, it would be much better if you could just stop caring. Well, I cannot stop caring. And I hope that you will not stop caring. And I hope that you will have a vision take some time and imagine this world as you want it to be. Imagine this nation as you want it to be. A nation where politicians are not getting huge contributions, and the one with the most money and the one that makes everybody laugh the most is not the one who gets elected. It's the one who really cares. It's the one who really considers the needs, the future. Somebody who is wise. Perhaps you think I'm misguided. Perhaps you think that our group is misguided and lacks wisdom. I believe we have wisdom that sees farther into the future than you are willing to look. I believe in what our hearts are telling us. I believe that mankind is capable of change. I believe that we are in dangerous times, and those times will get even more precarious if we do not resist now, if we do not push our government now and make the changes we want to see in our world. Thank you.